New numbers show 31 homicide cases in Lee County this year, and more than half, 17 of them, are still unsolved. And a former FBI agent says some of those cases could take months to crack.
Take 1 year, 2 years, quite a bit more time to conduct the investigation.
Tonight, John Carlos Estrada picks up our live team coverage in Fort Myers. John Carlos?
Bob, that's right. We're here at the shopping center off of 41 where those two men were gunned down. You can see some of the businesses still have boarded up with the damage caused by that shooting. And new tonight, we now know 31 homicides have happened in Lee County since the start of 2018. And that number is a very big concern for people who live around here. But new tonight, we spoke to a law enforcement expert who says that number just goes along with our booming population. For Suillun Ortega, the back-to-back double homicides last week hit close to home.
It's very concerning because my whole family would have been impacted at that point.
Her husband works at Bell Tower and mother-in-law works at Lee Memorial Hospital, both areas where 4 people were killed by gun violence.
Every week you hear about a shooting or an incident where a gun was involved.
So far this year in Lee County, there's been 31 homicide cases. 17 of those remain unsolved.
Certainly seems to be an uptick in that type of activity, and it causes concern.
But for former FBI agent Bob Foley, the homicide numbers aren't out of range for our city size.
We're a very diverse community. There's a lot of activity, and we're growing. I don't think, though, that the growth of the crime rate is outside of anything that you wouldn't typically see in a city that is similarly situated.
And while no arrests have been announced by law enforcement, Foley says solid investigations require time.
Having had worked with both the Lee County Sheriff's Office, the Fort Myers PD, when I was active with the FBI, they're doing their job.
But he says part of the investigation into violent crimes require your help.
That's not uncommon, where being a snitch is bad. The problem, though, is the labeling of the effort to make a community safe.
Yes, it's scary to think that snitches have something happen to them, but something might happen to your family member because you don't open your mouth about something that you saw.
And again, no arrests have been made in those double homicides that have happened within the last week. Now, again, if you know something and want to share it anonymously, you can do that with Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers. The number is 1-800-780-TIPS. On the night beat, John Carlos Estrada, Wink News Now.